Situational awareness. I don't think I have situational awareness. Why, you ask? Because it took me a solid 20 minutes to understand the intro to Lord of the Mysteries. I hate to admit it, but it was confusing as hell. I think I've actually lost it. Anyways, LOM has piqued my interest from the trailers alone, and I didn't know it was airing until I saw Otaku Insider's episode 1 rating. Damn, I guess I'm hopping back on the donghua trend for real. Lord of Mysteries is a new donghua that introduces Zhou, or Zhou? Z, in the form of Klein Moretti. Essentially, Z gets reincarnated into the body of Klein, who is presumably dead due to a gunshot wound to the head. Before he ended up there, Z was doing remote work until he did an enchantment ritual, which transferred his consciousness as the host to a different body. Obviously confused, Z tries to understand why and how he was transfigured, until he hears a voice approaching the room. What should I do? The thought echoes as the person nears the door. Z hides the blood and the gun. The woman who opens the door is revealed to be Klein's younger sister, Melissa. She's curious to see what her older brother is up to, and raises suspicion on his body language. Z plays it off by attempting to fix his pocket watch, but she snatches it and fixes it herself. Melissa asks her brother to buy bread so she can make him land in peace. But Z just wants to go home, so he's going to attempt the luck enchantment ritual once more. It fucking fails and Z is transported. The world flips upside down and he's awakened in a misty realm. The Fool Arcana depicts new beginnings, potential, risk-taking. Z, the Fool, has become the overseer of two individuals who stand before him. Still unfamiliar with everything around him, he puts up a facade of the all-knowing to help these people become Beyonders. Beyonders are godlike beings, allowing them to climb a magical hierarchy known as sequences, to become closer to divinity, which I'm assuming is heaven. Apparently the dude has 2 Sequence 9 potions, which contain supernatural abilities of different elements. The two agree to form a pact with the Fool to pursue quests in his place. Z accepts in hopes that he may return home soon. As he awakens, the county police knock on his door. They were issued an inspection based on the recent death of Klein's friends, and one of them finds a book with a bloody handprint, asking Klein the meaning behind, "Everyone will die, including me." Klein opens up about his attempted suicide, hoping to gain their trust. Z makes a run for it as soon as the cops fixate their eyes on the boy. As he mistakenly runs out in the open, he notices something strange with the water and the floating objects. Z continues to run. As he makes it to a nearby carriage, he realizes that the driver was the cop. That's the same thing, what the fuck? The person in control of his dreams goes by the name of Don Smith, and their goal was to interrogate Z if he remembered anything that happened to his friends and if he was lying. They believed him when he shot himself. Oh man. Dunn offers Z to join the Nighthawks if he ever wishes to become a Beyonder. Z accepts. As he's carrying the business card to his destination, the doors open and welcome Z to the sweetest aroma of a pub. Around him, people are betting on a caged animal, drunkards fighting each other, and the best part? Z isn't fazed one bit. That is the shrug of nonchalance. He does not give a fuck. The protagonist asks the bartender a very specific request, and in response, "Who told you to come here?" Dunn Smith, sir." Okay, follow me. Z takes a lift and he meets Rosanna, the front desk clerk who recognizes Z, who she takes to see the captain. Leonard reappears, you know, the guy who was stalking Z alongside Dunn? Yeah, I don't remember him either. The hallways. I had the impression that they were underwater. The detail from the torches, the infrastructure, to the fog at the end of the hallway. Every scene is literally wallpaper worthy. I stumbled across a few videos in regard to the Lord of Mysteries adaptation, which you are learning about right now. I had not heard of this until last month. Each episode is about 33 minutes long, which is longer than your typical anime episode. Though it doesn't really feel that long, the pacing feels really fast, at least to me. I had to drop by a creator who covers the LOM light novels to give me a brief rundown on the first episodes, and I think I'm just special. While the intro isn't exactly difficult to pick up, I had to rewatch the first episode specifically to grab as much detail as I could. I fear as if the scenes were rapid, like I was doom scrolling on Instagram Reels and trying to remember the context of the last reel I just watched. Dunn looked into Klein's memory, and they just let him join the Nighthawks that fast? Wasn't he under inspection since the very beginning? I guess that's the charm of the show. So to my understanding, O'Neill is an alchemist to the Nighthawks, and he is helping Z awaken his potential as a Beyonder. This is a test to see how well the protagonist can control his thoughts to gain control of a new ability. Z's task is to decipher the notes on the disappearance of Emperor Rizal. It seems like the symbols in the notebook suggest that they are linked to mysterious powers, and the closest O'Neill has gotten is translating parts of the text that point towards a diary. The names of the potions aren't simply symbolic at its core, but a concrete imagery and the key to internalizing. The Emperor explains that the potions shouldn't be mastered but instead internalized. What he means is for all of them to be in effect, Z would need to imagine something that isn't in the world that he's in. Unlike transferring your mana in a fantasy or turning your chi in Dragon Ball, the wielder would need to visually act it out from his mind and stay in control to tap into his spiritual prowess. Once he gains steady control, he will be able to manipulate the seer. The seer is a symbol of maturity. It offers guidance through relatable, contemporary characters and vibrant imagery. Man, they cooked with this shit. Preparations are in place. Final step? Drink the potion. However, Z hesitates. Why? Because he doesn't want to get fucking poisoned. Shit, I would hesitate too. Old Neil reassures Z that's going to be okay. We have a good reason to be sitting here right now, don't we? Down the hatch, Klein's mind becomes very hazy. First and foremost, imagine an object that's very common in this world. Z does this so his mind can keep a steady beat. If he doesn't, well, his mind would be strong enough to demolish everything in the vicinity. Now, imagine an object that doesn't exist in this world. As Z's formulating the thoughts of a rocket, the bottles in the room begin to surge. Just like Z's subconsciousness, I definitely would have folded under that pressure. Z successfully obtains the power of the seer, allowing him to see the conditions of others based on their aura. Not only can he see aura, it seems Z can also witness other abilities or magical rituals coded by Old Neil. If Z struggles to turn off his ability, he can just tap his brows twice to turn it off. Basically, Z is now a walking light bulb. Paired with Leonard, their objective is to secure Elliot. Elliot is a boy who was previously kidnapped that morning. Z asks why they were given such a regular task. Leonard says that the Klein is their previous regular, and that they saved his cat once in the past. But there has to be more to it. Regular and once? Come on, that's obvious bait, man. You can do better than that. Since Z now has the seer, pinpointing the boy's location shouldn't be hard. Wrapping the necklace around the staff, he activates his inner light bulb in Victorian fashion. There seems to be a weird case of people losing control of their body to commit heinous acts. Quick recap to episode 1. Klein's friends, Naya and Welsh, unknowingly fell to suicide. After doing a bit of research, I noticed something about their eyes. The Antigonus notebook influences the holder, driving them to commit immoral actions based on the notebook's hidden knowledge. To those who come across the notebook, it forces them to become addicted, to find its hidden knowledge, which drives them crazy enough to kill themselves. I just wanted to point that out. When Leonard barges in, I think it captures the vibe of the fight so well. The way he dashes forward, repositions the shotgun, strikes, winks at the boy, and parries all their punches. It had me on the edge of my seat, edging to my seat. But wait! By the lift of a feather, a spell transforms the goons into this disgusting tentacle demon monster that lunges towards Leonard. And holy fuck, the sequence is gross, but absolute gas. Leonard proceeds to teleport around the enemy, and by one pound to the face, it dissipates. Z tries to locate it. That's unnecessary, because it breaks through the roof trying to escape. At least, that's what I thought. Due to popular belief, I guess you can call it a domain expansion.